where it's a gradual angle in the structure. You get fishing a lot easier than, because a lot of lobster pots around the edge there can cut you off.
So what
Too.
alteration?
But casting,
Yeah.
casting is so much better to cast too. You get on those slippery rocks, the black part of the rock, you better have corkers on because you're going to take an awful tumble, fall. You know, you're going to take an awful tumble. But you can, yeah. But sometimes you have to cast on the rocks in high tide, muscle bed is not exposed, so you want to use a cast like this. Can you hold that for me, please? Thank you. Your feet have to be on a rock like that, you got Montauk, you have Rhode Island, you have so many areas of Beavertail. So what you have to do is you load the rod, because you really go off the rock. So what you want to do is you bend at the knees and come up. See that? That's the proper way. Just that effort there, believe it or not, 400 feet. Yeah, yeah. Because the spinning now it's been a big change. Everybody used conventional, 10 years ago, everybody. There wasn't a spin cast at all. When they come out with monofilm that's braid that's 30-pound test and it's equivalent to monofilm that's 8-pound test, you're going to get more distance, a lot more distance. So you have a lot more spin casters now. The spin casting is great. It really is. It's great. But as you know, you're going to have some problems. You got to be careful around rocks, and when that fish goes down, you got to make sure it doesn't get going to get abraded on there. Right? You don't want to go too late. I mean, you don't want to go too light on the line. Like 30 in the canal is kind of Cape Cod Canal is really kind of light. I like to go at least 40 pound test. At least 40. And I think 40 is the size of 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
10-pound test.
It depends. Like the Daiwa stuff's even.
Yeah, that's good enough. On my jigging rod that I use for heavy jigs down deep in the canal, 5 ounce, 6 ounces, I use 80-pound test braid because I want good bite detection. When I make my cast, I want to feel that jig hit the bottom, and when a fish hits it, I can get good bite detection to set the hook. Okay? Like I said, monofilament has its place, but it's not the greatest thing for field bite detection. Okay? That's the braid. It has two great aspects: cast like a rocket, and great bite detection out of it. Now this is called anybody probably heard about the Z-Bass? Yeah, I would be able to afford one of these, but I luckily have one. Rob Howland, he told him he's known Van Stahl, the original pioneer, inventor of Van Stahl, and he gave me one to promote. This really goes for about $900. You don't really need something like this. Okay, just notice it doesn't have a manual bail on it. It doesn't have a bail on it. So when you make a cast, with it, cast out, the line's going up like that. You want to make sure you just bring your finger back and it catches. Okay? If you don't get it the first time, which is nice about these reels, can everybody see me that there?
No.
Okay, you make your cast, and that line goes out, and I catch it like that. Okay? And if I miss it on the first time, I don't catch on that. He came up with this two rollers. 1, 2. Yeah. And what happens, that balances out the spool so it doesn't wobble. Okay? Like the Van Stahl has only one. And I think that's a great concept that he has on that reel. Now this is spinning. You notice this is the Ron Arrow rod. This is the best casting rod of all the bunch. I don't even want to write it down enough. XSRA 132.2. Everybody's got this in the canal. Probably 90% of the people fish the Cape Cod Canal, Montauk, like this rod, Montauk and Rhode Island, probably all over the East Coast. Very lucky to be with this company.
How long is that?
This is 11 feet. 11 feet is perfect. You see on the internet guys going to 13 feet. on the surface, and that's fine down in Cape Hatteras throwing heavy chunks of bait. But as far as general surf fishing, 11 foot is the max you want to do, because when you go beyond 11 feet, it starts working against you. You can't spend a lot of time, you'll be getting tired, all right? So you want to stay at 11 feet. You get all the distance you want with 11 feet. Now this first guy is the learning process you have. What's the first guidance spin supposed to be? 40 inches, great. And it's a 50. That collecting guide is a 50. Why is it so big? It's because the spool is large. All right? The larger the spool you're spinning, the larger the guide up here. So this is a factory model, so we put a 50 to accommodate for all the reels that are out today. Now they have low profile guides. Anybody really read about those low profile guides? Okay, they're very small, and it's not similar to the conventional with the spinning setup. But that's fine for braid, because braid is going to be limp, and it goes right down through there nicely. But the thing is, I wanted a rod, I told Landon Goss to make it for monofilament and braid. So this particular guide, the Alkanite guides, we have very light ceramic insert. Alkanite guides is ceramic insert. And this works out fine with monofilament and braid, because people like monofilament for what? Abrasion.
I won't
All right.
go crazy, because I won't go
And
on my
if you
rod.
build a rod with just a low profile guides, what happens? It's only good for monofilament, for braid. So I didn't want that. I told Landon Goss to do not do it. So we're running our rods, 15 different models that we have. Have the standard setup of the guides. And the distance is not any difference. Okay, any more questions?
Plus, on the abrasion on the guide.